Back here with my final interview, Radio Row Day 3 ahead of Super Bowl 57 in Arizona, right here on Ceraulo Sports Talk. And they say there's something to be said for saving the best for last.
Ooh, I
So
like that.
to wrap up Day 3 from Superbook Sports and FTN, it's Taylor Mathis. Taylor, great to have you on.
Thank you for having me, Joe. We've been having a good time so far here on Radio Row.
It's been a pretty fun 2 days. You know, it's funny because usually people are coming in and out. They're popping in the chair. You exchange pleasantries for like 30 seconds and you dive right into the interview. We've probably spent hours together the last 2 days, networking, meeting people. I mean, we met yesterday, and now it's like, oh, hey, have you met Clay Harbor? Yeah. Have you met this guy? And we're just hanging out.
Yep, just chatting, hanging out. I'm like, we're getting to know each other, life, everything.
It's been a blast. So, you know, I just mentioned meeting new people. Radio Row, it always happens, right? Who's the best person you've met so far this week? This is your first Radio Row, right?
Ooh, well, besides you.
Oh, well, obviously. No, that was the answer to the question. Who have you met that has the best hair this week?
Oh, okay.
I was teeing myself up for that.
Goes
yeah.
to Joe.
Thank
I don't
you.
know, minus myself. I have a nice hair, Joe. But best person I've met. That's a really great question. Honestly, Trey Wingo's super nice.
Trey Wingo
I really liked him.
Yeah.
He was very friendly, super down to earth, like chatting baseball. I really enjoyed talking to him. So I probably say him so far.
Yeah, you told him you're a Cubs fan, and he's just like reciting like Game 3 of the 2016 World
like,
Series.
I was there too, and I was
pulled
like,
Kyle Hendricks too early. It's like, all right, Trey is the most encyclopedia-like person I've ever met. And I mean, I met Trey for the first time probably I was a sophomore in college, so we're 6 years ago. He is an encyclopedia. And never forgets anyone. I mean, now I see him every year, remembers my name, my face.
Everything.
He's the nicest guy, too.
That's awesome. I know.
That's
he
a
seems
great
so
choice.
Down to earth. Yeah,
Very much so.
I definitely enjoyed talking to him. So.
Very much so. Maybe you'll have to pop back on tomorrow when he comes on the show. We'll do the three of us.
That'd be fine.
All right. So what is the best content you've got in your first Radio Row so far?
Well, I'm going to go with my quick little hit interview with Ryan Leaf. Only because it's going so well, apparently, and it's getting all these views. I basically just asked him, name 10 players that are on the Chiefs in 15 seconds, and he barely made it. I honestly, probably if I had a real stopwatch, I don't know.
He might not have made it. Ryan Leaf couldn't do it.
He maybe made it. I think he came really, really close. If so, he might have been like at 17 seconds. So, but he was probably my best little quick hit interview that I did with somebody. But piece of content that I did over on the Caesar stage today was really fun.
That was so cool.
Really cool. I was like, oh, I feel cool up here. This was really fun. So that'd probably be my favorite thing I did.
You know you've made it when you're on the outside stages at Radio Row.
The big stages.
That, like, walking around there is like when you're boarding an airplane and everyone's sitting in first class and they're reading their magazine and they don't even want to look at you and you're just like a peasant walking by and you're just like, I'm sitting in 27D. I'm just gonna mosey onto the back.
I've never sat in first class, so that was my first attempt at first class, I guess, on Radio Row.
Well, you've made it with
outside.
the Caesars setup over there.
Not
a bad setup.
It is pretty sweet.
Is it comfortable?
It was comfortable.
It was.
It was comfy.
Better than these like beer pong tables we're at.
Taylor, look here. In here, look here. They move the mic for you. They get you all set up.
Are you talking before? Not during.
Before.
Okay.
Before, like, this is going to be your individual camera right here. This is going to be the joint camera. This is going to be Jeff's camera. I was like, okay.
Jeez.
They're like, look this way, start this way. I was like, all right. This is big time. This is real.
Taylor, this is the one camera, so you can look at the one camera.
I love it.
I've got one camera and a beer pong table. That's what we're working with here at Radio Row, the NFL's finest.
It works.
Hey, 6 straight years. I got no complaints. I got no complaints.
Exactly. Look at you.
So, look, obviously you do a ton of betting content, a ton of great betting content.
Thank you.
Does it get tiring when we're all here for the Super Bowl, but it's just one game?
Right.
Does it get tiring when every guest spot you do, every hit you do is revolving around bets for one single game on the board?
Well, I think it's interesting. This is the first time the Super Bowl is being played in a state that has legal betting.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. I live here in Arizona, so it's exciting that it's here in my hometown area. Shouldn't say hometown. I'm from Chicago, but I've been here for a while. I'm an Arizonian, however you want to say it. But that makes it exciting in itself. And the fact that you look around and sports books are so prevalent here on Radio Row now. Gambling is become such a big part of sports now, and it's only going to keep getting big.
Yeah.
So it's fun to be a part of that, especially when we're on like the precipice and the cusp of everything getting started.
Yep.
But at the same time, it does get a little tiring when you're running through the same bets when you're on different shows doing different appearances.
Right.
I mean, there's a million props that you can take clearly because it's the Super Bowl, but you have your favorites that you like. Those are the ones you're going to tout when you're at all of these places. it does get a little exhausting, but at the same time, hey, I wouldn't trade this job for anything. So if I have
That's
to give
fair.
the same prop 100 times, I'll do it 100 times more.
Right. All right. So for the 101st time, what's your favorite prop?
All right. Well, here we go. I'm going with Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Now, here's my reasoning.
Okay.
The Eagles, best pass defense in the entire league. We all know that, but they've only faced 3 other teams this entire season that have a top 10 pass offense. Patrick Mahomes, number 1 pass offense in the entire league. They average 294 yards through the air a game right now. On top of all of that, besides the fact that the Eagles have a great pass defense, they still allow 1.7 passing touchdowns a game. So that's over that 1.5 number, even with the best pass defense in the league. There's no way that Andy Reid is not having Mahomes chuck the ball. I don't care about this high ankle sprain. I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be.
I'm with you.
I think that Hurts' shoulder injury is way worse than everybody is talking about. He threw for under 200 yards in both of the playoff games.
Right.
He's only thrown for 2 touchdowns against the Giants, 0 against the 49ers. We didn't talk about that shoulder injury because they blew out the 49ers so bad.
Yep.
We just talked about the run game and how great it was, and we didn't need to worry about that. I think it's something to worry about here. I like Mahomes over 1.5 passing TDs. That's going to be my top prop.
I love it because when you look at the Eagles and look at the quarterbacks they've had to face to get here. Now, I'm not trying to diminish anything from what they've done this year. You know, Jalen Hurts.
I am a little bit. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Well, I'm a Giants fan. I hate the Eagles just as much as you do.
Yeah.
Right. But like when you look at them 16-3 on the year, including playoff games, their record, right? 16-1 with Jalen Hurts in there. They've had a phenomenal season. This team might be one of the best teams we've seen in the last 2 decades.
Yes.
But the quarterbacks they had to beat in the postseason, Daniel Jones, Brock Purdy, and Josh Johnson. I mean, come on. The 49ers almost had to put Christian McCaffrey at quarterback, right? By the way, shout out Lisa McCaffrey. You did some content with her, right?
She's awesome.
She's the best.
She's so cool.
She's the best.
She's beautiful too. I was like, oh.
Yeah, yesterday was interesting
lady.
because like she called me handsome in the morning and then she called me ugly in the afternoon. And I was just like, Lisa, you're giving me mixed signals here. What's going on?
I love
But
it.
she's absolutely the best. But I mean, come on, Christian was almost playing quarterback in that game because Purdy got hurt. Josh Johnson almost got
That's
hurt.
what I'm saying. We didn't have to look at Hurts.
Right. Now, all of a
Saying
sudden,
something.
their defense is going up against, they're going from Daniel Jones and whoever the Niners had out there to the best quarterback in football.
Right.
I think 1.5 is attainable. But you said something else that kind of caught my attention. The high ankle sprain, I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be either.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
I think it's hysterical personally that we're looking at Patrick Mahomes and people are already talking that he's going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's an underdog in the Super Bowl right now.
Right.
Like, why is this happening to Jalen Hurts, who, no offense to Hurts, he's had an incredible season this year.
Yeah.
He's only played in 1 postseason game
before this year.
season. It's crazy to me. And he's the favorite.
Yeah.
I think the public flipped the line because they were so heavy early on, right on the Eagles. Vegas and the books know something. They knew that with both of these quarterbacks having these injuries when the numbers come out, and they knew with all the wide receiver injuries that are surrounding the Chiefs right now, they still picked the Chiefs as favorites. The public was on the Eagles. Y'all flipped the line. So I'm just saying, are the people onto something? I don't think so.
Maybe, but I think you know this well, working in the sports betting industry, sometimes it's good to fade the public.
I fade the public very often.
Same. So going off that high ankle sprain not being as serious as I think it is, I'm going to go over 18.5 rushing yards for Patrick Mahomes.
Like it.
You know, coming
I
into this.
Looked at his rushing prop. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that because of the ankle, it's undervalued. Coming into this postseason, he had gone over in 6 of his last 9 playoff games for his posted rushing total. You know, I think if he was healthy, that number would be 27.5, 28.5. But because of the ankle, 18.5, I think, you know, that's 2 first down runs. I think he's going to get it.
I don't doubt you there either. And it's Mahomes. He's going to do
Right.
whatever it takes to win. And if you look at this Chiefs team, they're calling themselves a dynasty after 1 Super Bowl win. And of course, they've had 5 great seasons of amazing runs.
Yeah.
But I think if they want to be in the conversation to continue that line of becoming a dynasty, they have to win the Super Bowl here against the Eagles. And personally, I think they're the better team. So
Yeah. Plus, also, my last line of logic for that Mahomes total, they run a very vertical offense. So when you've got guys down the field, whether it's Valdez-Scantling or Juju or Kelsey, when them in the secondary are down the field and the pocket collapses around Mahomes, I think it's pretty easy to just run up the gut for a quick 10, do that 2 times the whole game. There's your over.
I think you're right.
There's your over.
I like that we're both on Mahomes in different ways. So
it's going to be the Patrick Mahomes show.
It is. I think so too.
So, Taylor, looking around here at Radio Row, obviously there's a ton of celebrities, ton of athletes. You've met a lot of people.
Yes.
Who would you like to meet the most that you haven't met yet?
Well, I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna be here or not.
I mean
I'm
that's
like,
here. That
that's
that's here. Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm like looking over at the board of who we've got coming up.
Oh right, check out the sleep
Yeah,
number.
I'm like, the sleep number tells
like,
you when
yeah.
all the big celebs are going to be
Yeah,
here.
who does Fox have?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not sure.
Is
who
there
I
one
would
person that
say.
walked by you that you're like, oh my god, I want to meet that person?
No, nobody yet.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I'm not.
Oh, Taylor's a little too big for Radio Row.
I'm just not
First
a very
class.
I will tell you a funny story of somebody for me that was like a little bit of a starstruck
Yeah.
moment that I had. So I'm a big baseball girl.
Right.
We talked about this. I was at a bar here out in Scottsdale, and they're out here for spring training. So all the players are here. A lot of them come early. Some of them have houses out here.
Yeah.
I'm standing in Bevy, which is a bar in Old Town Scottsdale. And I'm like looking, and I was like, that's Christian Yelich. And I was like, that's Christian Yelich.
Oh, get out.
Just standing there. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be a fangirl and be weird and go up to him and be like, nobody in there really, like, his friends were there with him.
And no one bothered him?
Nobody, I don't know if a lot of people really knew who he was.
Go up and be like, I loved you in the body issue.
That would have been amazing, but I did not do that.
I would do that.
I was like, it'd be funny coming from you. It'd be weird coming from me. But
fair.
I was like, but I was like, I look at my friends and I'm like, oh, that's Christian Yelich. And of course they're like, who? I don't know who that is. And my girlfriends, they're not big sports girls. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go up and say hi to him. So I went up to him and I was like, Christian. And I'm short. And I'm like, he's way up here. And I'm like, hi. And I like tap him on the back. And I was like, I just wanted to say I'm a really big fan. I'm a huge Cubs fan, but I don't really mind that you play for the Brewers, but I just had to say hi. And he was so nice, though.
I could only picture that.
Huge hug.
I'm a huge Cubs fan, but you're hot, so I love you anyway.
Hey, I just love Christian Yelich. As a big baseball girl, like I have players from other teams that I adore that are not Cubs players as well. He's always been one of them. Cody Bellinger's been another. Now he's a
Cub.
Yeah, now he's a Cub, so I'm happy about that. I've always loved Turner back when he was on the Dodgers. Now he's not. I'm like, I have a lot of guys that I enjoy to watch playing baseball. Yeah. So it was exciting, and it was like very just like out of nowhere. So it was cool to like see him and run into him in that sort of way.
Right.
So I have gotten starstruck once. And the only other time that I really felt a moment of, whoa, I was nervous. I met Justin Timberlake one time.
Oh.
And that's a cool story. I was on Hollywood Boulevard in California.
Okay.
And my mom is over here. We're on family vacation. And she's like, they're putting up red rope. There's going to be something big happening here. And my dad was like, we are not waiting around for whatever this red rope thing is. She goes, please, can we just wait like an hour? And my dad's like, okay. He always gives in to my mom. We're standing there. It's me, my sister, my dad, my mom. 1 hour. Nothing has happened. And we're like, Mom, like, can we just go do something? She's like, I feel it. Something's going to happen. 30 minutes later, she was right. No joke. Justin Timberlake, Mike Myers, both come out. They were there for.
Was that the Love Guru?
Yes!
Oh my god!
And I met Justin Timberlake.
Oh, that was a great movie.
Nicest guy ever.
Do you remember the name of the character he played in that movie?
I don't. What is it? Do you remember it?
Jacques Lecoq Grande.
Jacques Lecoq Grande. Wow, what a name. Well, I did not know that, but at the time my mom we had nothing for him to sign. My mom's like, can you sign? And she looks, my mom goes, can you sign my purse? He signed my mom's purse. She has it in a glass case in her closet of Justin Timberlake signing my mom's purse, his signature on it.
That's incredible.
Sits in her closet in this glass case. It's the Justin Timberlake purse. But yes, I was slightly starstruck with that too, but I was younger when that happened, so I wasn't like as aware. I obviously knew who he was and everything like that, but I wasn't like fangirling. I think my mom was fangirling.
It sounds like it. Signed my purse. That sounds a little bit.
She's seen Justin Timberlake in concert with my mom's in her 50s. When she was probably 50 with one of her best friends, they went and saw Justin Timberlake together.
And screamed like 13-year-old girls, I bet.
Did.
That's amazing.
They definitely did. So
Taylor,
my starstruck stories.
I love it. Before I let you go, gotta ask you, who wins Super Bowl 57?
Chiefs, baby. If I'm on Mahomes, I've got to say that I'm going with the Chiefs, of course, too.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, I'll give my pick out Friday. I'm sorry to be a bit of a buzzkill, but a Cowboys fan likes the Mahomes over on the touchdowns. Kind of saw where that one was going. Taylor, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow with more Ceraulo Sports Talk coverage live from Radio Row ahead of Super Bowl 57.